what a time we're having. This is Jet Play. So exactly how you see it. That's exactly the way life is. And I want you to drop by here and say hello right now. We got the fun. We have got the just in time. We got it all for you. In these cases,
from Studio 12D of the AT&T Cable Services Broadcast Complex in Elgin, it's time for Jets Place, where it's just like Jets Home, except here we have cameras. Stopping by to see Jeff and co-host Liz Kusper is John Grahowski of the Chicago Sun-Times. John won $125,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. John is also Jeff's best boyhood chum. Now let's go to Jeff's Place.
Hey, just like that. Boy, we got a special. Stop it right there, folks. Stop it. You'll make me blush. We've got a special Jets Place edition.
This one is really good.
Yes, as opposed to the other 60 episodes you've had before.
They were
Erase
really
them.
bad,
Take them off your VCRs. Because we're bringing out my, as we heard in the top, and we've been talking about it on a Week in Review lately, my boyhood best chum, under my tutelage for years, recently won $125,000 on The Millionaire Show.
And he would have won $1 million if you wouldn't have been tutoring him, Jeff.
Oh, good. Excellent line. All right. Well, Kathy Lee's looking for work. She might be coming in
I told you
here.
I want to be Regis.
That's very good. So we're going to have that fun. We're going to actually see when Regis Philbin hands John Grahowski the check. Artificial check it is, but it's a check.
It's those big ones, right?
Well, no, they've gone cheaper lately, haven't they? Seem like they used to be bigger. He's given a check that's just twice oversized.
And signed by him.
By John Grahowski or Regis? Well, I'll tell you what,
Regis.
John will tell us those stories.
Okay.
That check that was handed to him we'll have right here.
Yeah.
Won't that be something?
Oh, yeah. But actually, could I see the one that you can cash?
Well, mercenary. All right. Well, what we have going on right here, as a matter of fact, is so we'll talk with John in just a little bit. We haven't spoken with you in a little bit.
No, we haven't.
And I actually have something. I don't want to bow out here.
You guys
I
keep
have
me in
something
the
to present.
closet.
We're going to do this. This might be cameraman Stan looking a little bit like. Remember when we did this?
Oh, my
Actor
goodness.
Michael York came to Elgin Community College
Yeah,
recently.
that was really fun.
And, of course, he was in Austin Powers. Can you do Austin Powers impressions?
My son can. He's like, Austin, that's my mother.
Is that right? So we have you and Michael York together. Isn't this a proud
thank you,
moment?
Jeff. That's really nice. Thank you very much.
And so that goes into your dossier.
Yeah,
He
we'll
was
keep
fun.
this right here.
Yeah, keep that fun
yeah,
right there.
that was exciting. That was a lot of fun.
He was fun, and
Yes.
we enjoyed that very much. And so he said he had a role in his next movie for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're doing a remake of
Oh,
Planet of the
yes.
Apes, isn't it? Was he in? I don't know if he was.
No,
Run,
I was
Logan,
gonna say
Run.
Little mini-me or something.
Yeah, mini-me. Yeah. All right, you complete me, Liz, is what he said. So that'll be fun. We've also had great times in recent times. We enjoyed a parade in recent times. You remember that?
Yeah, that was fun, the 4th of July parade. There's been, like, so many things going on in the community lately. And I guess cameraman Mike was in the newspaper.
Was he?
Yes, he was.
Was he arrested again? I keep telling him about that.
Everybody was chasing him out of town.
Oh, for National Night Out. Yeah,
Yeah.
we put crime out of town. It was very cute, and I guess he was in the photo with that.
Yeah, he
These are all
was.
funny things. So that's a good thing that we have with that. So that's good, but I'm looking forward to Regis Philbin stories, because,
I know, I
remember
can't
when we
wait.
had that open tryout for, we were supposed to send the tape to Regis because you were trying out to be Kathy Lee?
But no,
You
I
think
was
Joy
trying-
will get the job? John, who's going to get the job?
I have no idea.
He has no idea. Wins
No.
$125,000 on the show. First question coming from us, he can't even answer.
That's the bad thing about being so smart. Everybody expects you to be smart.
Well said. You are really witty today. I like that. Well, I think his Joy will take over
Oh, his wife.
his wife can take over the co-hosting.
You know what? I think that, because I've seen them together, I think they did a show.
Oh, they've done lots. Every
Yeah.
time Kathy Lee was away a lot recently
She would go on.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're having some fun there with the cameras. I can see that. We're having some fun right there. So that's going on. But so get all your questions for the Millionaire Show that we have. And since John is my best chum of my boyhood, I'll show this one, but we're going to track down, see if you can see this, Stanley. We're going to track down all our 1st through 12th grade photos a little bit. We'll show a couple. I'll give an example of this because this is 4th grade at Tate Wood School, as cameraman Stan's going to focus.
1971.
Yeah, 1971, 2 year, wasn't it, John? I think it was. But the key to this one, look at that. Can you find
Okay.
point me out there? Can you point me?
There
That's
you are.
that's
There's
me.
Jeff, right there.
I have that same shirt and I'm proud of it. So that's very
Jeff, your-
good.
Your tie matches your
Yeah,
shirt.
it's all the same stuff. It says Tate Woods School here, but there is no S on Woods, is there? Is it Tate's? I don't know if it's Wood or Woods. We're gonna. A second
He would
question, John
know.
can't answer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's a. We'll have to find out about that later. So that's the fun that we're going to have. We're going to trace that a little bit. He was also an usher at my wedding.
Right.
So we have incredible fun as we will chart the relationship of a $125,000 winner. Also, in recent years, I'll show you all the books he's written. In recent years, he, of course, was here in Elgin when the casino opened up.
Oh,
Opening
okay.
night, what was that, October 6, 1994, John?
Sounds right.
Yay, 1 out of 3! October 6 of 94, opening night for the Grand Victoria.
Now,
was
he
a-
works for the Chicago Tribune, right? Or the
You're
Sun-
so quick. Again, Chicago Sun-Times.
Sun-Times.
How many papers in Chicago now,
That's-
John?
actually,
he used to work for the Daily News and the Today, but now he's with the Sun-Times. No, he used to work for the Little Trib years ago. Remember
Yeah,
that?
the little trip, but now it's the big Sun-Times.
Yeah.
It's easier to read those papers, too.
Well, especially when we go to the 11 by 17 cut up there. So that's the fun we're going to have. So are you ready? You got your picture? You're excited?
Oh,
You got all your
yeah.
questions for John? 20.9 million folks? Yeah, that's what John says. Would have seen him on the network appearance on
Wow.
July 25th.
And on our show,
20, the numbers are in the 20s again, thousands or millions, I forget.
it's whoever's flipping through the channels
Yes,
that
yes.
night.
Yes, indeed. Looks like Regis is going to have that co-host in the future, don't you think, John? So that's what we're going to have. I tell you what, we're going to take a quick time out because we're excited to go to the network, to ABC,
And
to
see.
capture all the stories of my boyhood best chum as he goes to that show.
Yeah,
It's
that
exciting,
sounds
isn't it?
good.
So I
Yeah.
tell you what, we're going to take a time out. You tell her we're taking a time out. So let's take a quick time out here in this edition of Jeff's Place, and we're going to talk with that network superstar and big money winner right after this. All right, we're back once again, and here he is. John Grahowski, all the way from ABC to AT&T. It's all the same letters.
Good to see you again.
And I see you. Now tell the class at home that we went from how many grades consecutively together? We were at the
Well,
same school.
Same
So-
school from first grade on up through graduating high school.
And that's something. Of course, I didn't graduate. I didn't know I was supposed to. High school graduation.
Well, pretending counts.
Yeah, as long as you walk away with that empty thing at the end. And it was, we always had fun, didn't we?
Always. A lot of baseball talk in the early years. Both big baseball fans, and crib book reports out of baseball
Yeah,
magazines.
baseball's Hall of Fame, stuff like that. You're the only male that wasn't related to be upstairs in my boyhood bedroom.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and
Wait,
there's
Jack, better say
there's
that a
been
little
few
bit.
female. There's been, I mean, as a social event, and there's been few females unless I marry them up there as well. But that is basically it because we had a pretty big family, so we didn't have to let a lot of folks in my social area. Well said, don't you think?
Indeed.
Did you like that? I want to see that in one of your columns. I like that myself. Because we were chums, you didn't let everybody up there. And we had baseball cards. If you let somebody up there, you know they'd be gone. You had to
Yes.
trust them.
That's like Pokemon cards now.
Oh, yeah. If somebody came up there and they knew what, even then, you knew some were worth more than others. So,
Right, and some good old ones. I mean, we both gotten stuff from older relatives, older friends. So we had, even though we weren't anywhere near that old, of course, we had our 1953, 54.
yeah, we'd
55
get them.
baseball
We got them in
cards.
shoe boxes
Oh,
from
yeah,
other people.
from other people.
Yeah,
Right.
the neighbor moving away, there'd always be, not the Mantle rookie, but there'd be somebody there.
Somebody there.
There'd be Ellis Kinder or somebody.
Well, I had a 1955 Ernie Banks.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
yeah.
you're kidding.
And you have that now. You have a great Beatle collection, don't you?
I do. I've been collecting Beatle memorabilia ever since they rose to popularity in '64.
That's right, because we had our own band. We didn't have instruments, we didn't sing, but we had our own band,
We had
didn't
our
we?
own band, yeah. We were.
We met in
fabulous.
his backyard, and because this is timely now. Finally, we're timely. VH1 has just said the most important rock and roll moment was February 9, 1964, when on our show, youngster, let's bring out the Beatles. When the Beatles appear on the Sullivan Show, that started conversation that we'd have our own band, don't you think?
It did. It did.
I guess I
and,
gave our age away after all. I've been hiding that for weeks.
So did you guys just sing? I mean, you had no
Well,
instruments?
Conversation, we're always going to get to that next step. I don't think we actually did it, but we had much discussion
Much discussion. We were really good at talking about it.
in the woods in your backyard, which is now a house.
Right.
We used to talk about that.
I actually did learn to play guitar shortly thereafter. I mean, the Christmas of '64, I got my first guitar for Christmas.
So did I.
I had one too.
Well,
There we go.
great.
There we go.
We'll have our own
But as
show
far
on
as-
PBS later.
We can make our own band right now.
Yeah.
As far as becoming the next Fab Four, it never happened.
It didn't happen, but that was great. That was one of the. Well, what were some of the other highlights? We used to play softball at our Tate Wood School. We're going to look at a video here in just a minute. We're going to tell Herb. Well, in fact, let's do that now, because just to make sure that we have this association, we're not making it up, because we're known to play some pranks here on Jeff's Place. But we're going to go back there. There's third grade, top row, from Bill Beach left. Tell everybody up there. Can you see it? That's the third grade at Tate Woods.
Okay.
Billy Beach starts things.
Right.
Billy Tack, isn't it? That's actually Rick Brady, number
Rick
2,
Brady
Billy
said-
Tack. There you are.
There's me.
There you now get ready. That's John
That's
G.
really cute.
Yeah, there he is now. There he is then. That's very good, Herb. That's very cute. Very cute. That hair's the same. I like that. And now get ready. That's Kathy Grote on your left there. There.
There's
Oh,
Jeff
that's
Myers.
you,
yeah.
Jeff.
See? Yeah, there I am now.
There you are.
That's the same teeth. Teeth. Herb, trying to see his teeth? Same teeth. They are the same teeth. I kid you not.
Got the same smile too.
What's the beauty mark?
Yeah, the beauty mark is a blemish on the photo. It's an old photo of at least 10 years old. And so, oh, here's my wedding. You were an usher at my wedding. I got the, I'm the hairy guy there. Mike Lawrence is on the right side of the screen there. That's the my good chum, my other chum in Vegas. And there's your official usher signing.
Now-
And that is that tape right there. You
How
signed.
old were you guys there?
Oh, is it really important? We were 25.
Oh, were you?
But the styles of the day would indicate you had to have a lot of hair.
Yeah.
And you were so good. It was, I want to tell the world at home, because we get some fashion questions from time to time. It was before Labor Day, so you could wear that white suit.
That white suit.
Yeah, and you were ahead of your time, because if I'm thinking correctly, which I'm not, it was before Travolta's white suit. So you actually were the trendsetter
Oh,
for
there you
disco.
go.
Oh,
There you
and I
go.
should be getting royalties.
That's right. The way that time works out, that was really cute. So there's, I'm starting to well up with tears. There's our association. Now, we're going to tell some Regis Philbin stories in just a little bit, but you have the check,
Indeed.
which I guess we'll hold up, and cameraman Stan's going to help us out. This is the check that Regis, on the July 25th show, would hand you. Is that right?
That is the check he handed me as I walked out of the hot seat.
So as I'm saying, there's my fingers right there, but the fingers of Regis Philbin have also handled.
Regis Philbin did touch that check. He handed it to me on the show.
And he signed it.
So it's so good. That's very nice. So that's that'll look real good. I have to collect all these things. Also, you are on the show itself. Now this check, tell me what this check is.
Every fastest finger contestant receives a non-negotiable $1 million check with Regis' signature. So as we were leaving the building, as the day's taping ended, they handed us all these checks for $1 million.
Wow.
And now you did this. The taping of the show is actually July 11th. So you go through the phone process. Tell me about
Well,
that.
it was July 10th, actually.
July 10th.
We're sticklers for dates.
No, that's good. I learned it wrong, so that's all right. That's good.
Yeah, the phone process, the first thing you do is you phone the 800 number, which is not always open. It's only open when they have tape dates coming up, and only then during specific hours. But you phone the 800 number, and they give you 3 of the fastest finger type questions on the phone. They give you 4 items to arrange in a particular order. If you get all 3 of those right, then you're eligible for a random computer draw, a random computer selection to play a second round. Okay.
Because how many people would get by that, do you think?
Well, they estimate that for each tape date, they receive roughly 240,000 calls.
Wow.
So it's probably 1,000, 2,000 people actually get all 3 right and become eligible for the second round. Of those, the computer selects 40 people to actually play the second round.
Wow. So there's an element of luck,
There's a
even
large
with.
element of luck there in
Yeah.
getting called back to play the second round. Then those 40 people play a second round by phone, and again, it's 5 questions, fastest finger type.
Oh, that's got to be so much pressure.
Yeah.
That's if you get those right, I believe they take If only 10 people get all 5 right, those are the 10 they call for the show. If more than 10, then there's another random selection. If less than 10, then they go down to the people who got 4 right.
Wow.
But they only attempt to reach you once. You're at the end of all that, you're asked to input a phone number where they can a live
You must
person
be
can reach
a live person. You must pick it up.
during specific times. And if you are not there, if they can't reach you on the first try, they move on to somebody
Wow.
else.
See, cameraman Mike, I told you that's what happened. All right, I wasn't home. I wasn't home at that time. We did have a Judson College person that we've had on the show a few months ago. She got, as you mentioned there, she got to the fastest finger round on the show, but apparently didn't hit the OK. There's 2 buttons to hit when you arrange it. You have to arrange. You were like 5 point something seconds for when you were on the show.
5.09 on my fastest.
And you must go 5.0. You must get arrange them and then go OK.
OK, and if you don't push the OK, then your time is going to come up as 20 seconds.
Wow. So there.
20 seconds won't win very often.
No, because I don't even see him list 20 seconds, even if somebody doesn't push it properly. They always give him the benefit of the doubt then, because there's always, they see all the times, it's like 5.2 and up to like 12. I never see, you forgot to push 20 seconds.
I have seen them listed at 20
Really?
seconds on the screen.
Oh,
So
were
not
they-
done as often as
I've
they
even
think.
seen one where someone won at 20 seconds.
Were they the last
Really?
one?
Yeah, that's. I'm not sure if it was only one person got the.
That can't happen often, are you? That was a slower crew on that day. The computer printed out the wrong. Yeah, tough questions. Yeah. And your specialty now is it was an entertainment fastest finger that got you there, but your specialty is more of the thinking world.
So I really. Well,
Although when we
sports,
were
of course.
kids, we were all entertainment and sports.
Well, this
weren't
is
we?
true, and if they ask me entertainment from our era, that would be
Yeah,
that would be
we were right
wonderful,
there.
But,
Seasons of Dick Van Dyke episodes were great at that
that's
stuff.
right. Give me anything on Manfred Mann or the Animals, and I'm right there. Yeah, but there were no those questions
Darn
on
the
the
luck.
show.
Well, they will on the old timers edition. You're coming back for. That'll come back. All right. Well, I forgot what question I asked you. No, it was good. I knew you had the correct answer for it. But we were stumping you right and left here earlier, so we feel proud of that. Well, I tell you what, we are going to take a break, and then you promised us when we talked on the phone. I was a live person when I picked up the phone.
Indeed.
That you have special Regis Philbin stories that you've honed just for our Just Place
I
audience.
do have some Regis Philbin
Ooh,
stories.
that
and
sounds good.
Should be fun.
All right, let's take a quick time out. John Grahowski, Whiz Kid, and my boyhood chum, he's going to tell us Regis Philbin stories about his trip to New York and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We'll do that right after this. All right, we're back once again. Special edition of Jets Place coming your way. My boyhood chum, and we look alike, don't we, cameraman Mike? Look at that. Huh?
Nearly identical.
We were right there, River Drive you lived on. Swartz, Moss still got that house. Yeah, so we're still right there, 4614.
And both within walking distance of Tatewood School.
When you moved across town, which I want to talk to you about years later, Ronnie Bull either bought your house, the Rookie of the Year with the Bulls, 62 Rookie of the Year, 63.
63.
63, because we go Ditka 61, Bull 63. Ronnie Bull, Chicago Bear. Did he buy your house, or did you buy the house from Ronnie Bull?
He bought our house when we moved again. After we'd moved to the other side of town, to the house on Hitchcock.
In Lisle. This is Lisle, our hometown of Lisle.
When we moved again, Ronnie Bull bought that house.
A celebrity buys their house. Because I remember thinking, this is great. This is old number 29. He still lives in the area, Chicagoland area. Ronnie Bull.
There we go.
63 championship Bears, Bull of the Bears. So let's take a look we've got some still photos from that July 10th taping, July 25th airing of you and Regis together. So we're going to roll that tape a little bit. We'll tell Herb in the studio. There you are. Look at the light over Regis Philbin's head, and look at the light shining over you. That's the set. So at this point, what were you thinking when you're up there? He sits down and talks with you. You sit down, and he immediately talks about the White Sox. I'm going, oh, my heavens. You're a longtime Cub fan.
Longtime Cub fan,
Regis guessed wrong. He had 50-50 opportunity.
that's
He
right.
guessed wrong right there.
Well, if he guessed wrong, then one of the producers made a mistake, because they did an interview with me. In fact, twice the associate producers interviewed me, asking about interests and biographical things that Regis could ask about, and mentioned that we were a family of baseball fans, and they said, oh, the White Sox, they're hot, and I said, well, we're actually Cubs fans.
So he didn't take it.
Told this to an associate producer, and Regis picked up on the wrong team anyway.
Here's just one more
So it
picture,
goes.
and then we'll be done with that. That's that same picture again. And we can come back to the set with that. That was fun. But he had a very good story about you and your lovely wife. Tell that story, because he told that on network television, how you kids met.
Yeah, it's actually, we were living 6 blocks apart. We were living in the Lincoln Park area of Chicago at the time. And my wife was working for a hospital in Lincoln Park, and I was, at the Sun-Times where I've been for a long time. And she placed a personal ad in a newspaper, and I'm one of about 80 responses that she received.
Wow.
Yeah, and she phoned me, and we went out, and it was pretty instantaneous, and we saw each other pretty much every day after that, and were actually engaged within 10 days after meeting.
Oh my gosh.
And you married, and your honeymoon in Hawaii, I remember.
Honeymoon that got married in Hawaii.
Oh, you got married in Hawaii as well. I actually went to you held a reception at your parents' home by then who had moved out of Lisle.
Right.
This would be the summer of '88, would it not?
This would be the summer of '88, right? We were married in May of '88 in Hawaii, and then that summer held a party at my folks' house for all the people who couldn't be in Hawaii.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't get out as much as I should.
No, it was amazing. We had actually no guests at our wedding. So
Is that right?
Oh yeah,
Well,
we just went on.
My second one was that way. I was there.
Jeff
Just
was
as
the
the
only
beef.
one with Jeff.
Here's $25, sir. Close up shop. Yeah, you honeymooned in Hawaii, didn't you, Liz Kusper?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well, that's another story, another episode. All right. Well, tell us some more. Tell us Regis Philbin stories. I don't know if on camera we told. Tell us your duties at the Sun-Times again.
At the Sun-Times, I write 2 columns a week about casinos that appear in the Friday and Sunday Sun-Times. And then I also do some work on the sports copy desk, editing stories and writing headlines. And beyond that, I do a lot of outside work. I've written several books about casinos and write some magazine stories as well.
I'm going to hold up one of these right here that Stan is going to, cameraman Stan's going to tell. But right there, this is one of your gaming books we saw for a moment. Zoom
That's
in.
actually my earliest one. That's called Gaming, Cruising the Casinos, which is a collection of columns that I'd written for the Sun-Times.
Sun-Times. Stan's over there going wild. Cameraman Stan, this is his last show, so he can do that. He's going back to school, DePaul University. And another reason that you can come to Elgin so consistently is since we are the #1 casino around. So
Indeed.
Again, we're always justifying our existence. That's wonderful.
The earlier book landed me a contract with Bonus Books, who's now my publisher, and this is the first of a series of books that's called Answer Books. This is the Casino Answer Book, has to do with blackjack, video poker, and roulette.
Oh, that
and,
sounds really good.
Yeah, that's it's done in question and answer format with the answers all essay style. A lot of information in the book. I'm quite proud of that.
And what's the most recent of these two?
The most recent one is the Video Poker Answer Book. That has just been out since June. And that's the third in the series.
Because I'm going to Vegas in
Oh,
2
wow.
more
There we
weeks.
go.
Yeah, I should be
Look at that.
looking at all
Video
your
poker,
books.
John Grahowski. That is great. Wonderful. That's when you were a sports writer early in your time. What got you into the perhaps legislation changing here, but what got you into the casino aspect of writing in here?
It was a request from the managing editor at the Sun-Times, actually. This was late in 1993, and we received memos from the managing editor, several of us at the Sun-Times, saying, suddenly there's a lot of casinos in this area. What can we do to get consumer information about them in the newspaper? And I wrote her a proposal for a weekly column. At that time, my wife and I were visiting Vegas about once a year, and I've always had a head for math, and casino games are all math, really. So we were visiting Vegas about once a year, and I had the head for numbers, and I proposed a weekly column, and she said it was the only serious response she got. Go do it.
Wow.
And it turned out to be very popular. It expanded to twice a week the next year, and all the magazines and books and things grew out of that.
It's wonderful. The Friday and Sunday is when your column
Friday and Sunday, right.
very prominently in the Sun-Times. You always should, before you go to Vegas. So Liz Kusper goes to Vegas like 3 times a year, don't you?
It's worked out like that.
Yeah, it's worked out.
recently.
She's happy to announce it here to the audience. Well, tell us, we could talk forever, and we have tons of kid stories next time John's here, and you bring your lovely wife and young son David next
That'll
time.
be fun.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this, but your son was born September 27th, 1991. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Use something with memories.
You never forget
You told me that at the time, so I was counting on that.
when we were collecting baseball cards as youngsters, one of the things that he used to be
This
able
is
to
my
do is that
favorite thing of all time.
I'd pick out a baseball card and be looking at the back, and instead of telling me his batting average or the home runs or any of the statistics, Jeff would tell me that player's birthday.
We've done that here occasionally. Or that still gives me goosebumps. That was my only good parlor game. That is so fun. We actually have some 61s over there. We do that here every now and then. we bring out the, you know,
Been
the,
able to use that.
oh yeah, to
information.
skyrocket into this show right here, kids.
There we go.
We're in the casino capital we are right now. So, Regis Philbin, how many minutes do we have left, Stan? We got 3 minutes. I got to have some good Regis Philbin stories when telling the folks.
All right, I'll start at the end.
Okay.
How's that?
That's good.
After the main part of the taping is over, all right, Regis, in the process, mispronounces a few words when he's reading the questions.
Of course.
And the producers like him to retape those.
Oh, really?
So they brought out the fastest finger contestants again. Not the fastest finger. The people who got into the hot seat had to go back to the hot seat so they could get the same shot while Regis was rereading the questions with words they wanted. to
Really?
repronounce.
Like, what
Yes.
did he mispronounce?
I don't remember which words.
Well,
he
that would be
mispronounced.
agonizing because they've already lost or whatever.
Right.
And well, okay, let's get that shot again. Well, Jesus, Jiminy, I'm feeling kind of agitated.
So I got back into the hot seat, and there were 3 of my questions that he had to reread.
3 of your questions?
3 of my questions, and one of the producers came over and showed him the question and said, "Okay, this word is pronounced this way. Let's do this one again." He looks at it, reads the question again, pronounces the word correctly. I give my same answer as the first time, and Regis says, "Wrong!" Just roars at
He
the
should stick with morning television, shouldn't he?
So the producer comes over with the second one and says, "Okay, this is what we want you to do." And Regis reads the question again, and I give my same answer, and Regis says, "Wrong! I hope you're better on the third one."
Oh, it's cute.
And finally, he reads the third question. I give my same answer. He says, "Oh, I don't know why they had you on this show."
Oh, that's cute.
okay.
But then, in aside to the audience, he looks up and says, "This guy should have been a millionaire."
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you really
yeah,
did.
it was fun.
You really did take it to him, and they'll probably have $125,000 or more winners, and you'll probably come back for that type of show.
Oh, I would
like-
hope so.
Because you analyzed it well, because we've talked about this, and I'm sure there's going to be an outtake reel on the Millionaire Show that'll sell billions. I mean, all that stuff out there. But some of those folks get on there and they're worse than I am. It's like, can I call my ma? You know, just, and I know it's good intensity, but after a while, going like that for 4 minutes loses its charm.
Sure.
Even here.
Regis was very nice, but the only people who really interact with him are the people who get into the hot seat.
Oh, really?
As far as the people who are fastest finger contestants, you meet him backstage before the taping starts. He shakes everybody's hand.
That's
you
it.
introduce yourself because he wants to hear you pronounce your
Your name. Do you have any trouble with your name?
No, he did not.
Because your name's pretty easy if you don't look at what it looks like. Yeah,
That's right. If you have it phonetically,
Throw it out.
It's pretty easy.
We've only got about 30 seconds, John. We could hear these stories for hours. What, can we have you come back sometime?
Absolutely, dude.
Bring your lovely wife, because she was prominent on the 20 million plus folks watching
She
her.
was?
That was, yeah, she was right there in the
She was
back.
really good.
Yeah, she was. That's great.
Yeah.
When they bring the spouses and show them, that's part of the charm of the show
Yeah,
as well.
that is.
The anxiety and the fun of that. Hey, remember Marshall Brodeen when we're growing up?
Certainly.
And we always wanted to be magicians. He had that long-running and perhaps the longest-running commercial in
Right,
Chicago. I'm Marshall Brodeen, a professional magician.
Disappearing baseball cards?
Yeah, that's what it was. We saw him at the Kane County Fair. We're going to have him give his old Riverview Park spiel.
Wow.
Just for you. Riverview Park closed October 4th, 1967. John Grahowski, the smartest man we know. That's going to be our Jeff's Place edition. Let's say goodbye with Marshall Brodeen. See you next time.
Off by telling the Riverview Park stories.
You sit down a little of the pitch. The monkey girl with long black shaggy hair, just like a monkey.
Yeah, go ahead. The camera's yours.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Can you do it? Yeah.
Hey, at Riverview Park, you go by the sideshow, you'll see the monkey girl with long black shaggy hair just like a monkey, 2 rows of teeth in the upper jaw like the anthropoid ape, pouches in the side of her mouth where she can store food for days at a time if necessary. You'll see Sarah Sue, the mystery girl from India, the Hindu faker, the anatomical wonder, the man with the disappearing stomach, the rubber skin man. You'll watch him stretch his skin 14 inches away from his body, let it snap back like an elastic rubber band, twist and turn himself into more shapes than a pretzel. At times, he will amaze you. Then you'll watch the man with the disappearing stomach make his stomach disappear so completely, you'll place a football in the cavity, button up the shirt, you can't tell the football's there. The 3-legged man...